So in today's video, we're gonna go over the 5 things I absolutely hate about my turbocharged Subaru BRZ. So as most of you guys know, I absolutely love my BRZ. It is a 2017 model and it is the limited version, so it's got a few of the little upgrades on the inside. But although as much as I love this car, there are a couple things that I actually do not like about it. So for starters, and I think every other BRZ owner will completely agree with me, is the fact that there's no armrest. Although one thing you may have noticed is there's a bunch of holes in mine, and that is because I actually got an aftermarket armrest right here that I did install, but I did a terrible job with it, and I actually need to completely take out the center console to put some washers under it to really get it to set down. However, if I go ahead and just slide it in here like this, you can kind of see what it would be like with an armrest. And let me just tell you, now that I've been using it for a little bit, not having it on there since it kind of broke off is like crazy to me that they didn't actually include one from the factory. But I would say the armrest is definitely one of those things that should have come from the factory. All right, so the second thing that I don't like about my Subaru BRZ, although I love these seats and they look fantastic and they got a slight bucket style to them, is the manual controls. Now, I don't know if it's specific for all the newer models nowadays. However, this 2017 limited model did not come with automatic adjustable. This is all manual, so definitely don't like it. Again, it's not the end of the world, but it's just one of those things that would have made it so much better. Now, the third thing that I do not like about my turbocharged BRZ is the bumper gaps. I feel like this is one of the iconic things about this car that everybody knows and struggles with is this freaking gap right here that does happen on both sides. You can see it kind of just pops out right here. Now, I will say, I actually did scrape my bumper the other day so bad that it actually jerked off this side of the bumper, which in return kind of messed up this side a little bit. So my gap is a little bit more than it's normally been. However, you know, I have already previously replaced the actual bracket in here, and no matter what, these literally over time just make their way out of there and like to stick out. And I do know that you can get bumper clips and things like that that kind of sit right here and whatnot, but I don't like that look. I like the clean look. So most of the alternatives people have found is maybe putting some adhesive in there or just replacing that clip as it gets worn out. If you guys have any solutions to this, make sure you let me know in the comments, that way I can try it for myself. Now on to the fourth thing. Now I do want to say, although I know that this is a 2-door car and that back seats aren't, you know, actually most of the time very realistic, this one is super, super small. And when I say small, even with this seat completely slid forward, there you literally can't put your feet underneath the seat at all. So having any passengers in the back is kind of a joke. 9 times out of 10, they can't even put their feet properly or let alone comfortable behind the seat here, even when it's slid forward. And there's just no room at all. So like I said, I do understand that the back seats are kind of just more comical than anything, than actual usable. However, we still have crammed people back here before on short rides. All right, now the last and final thing, the fifth thing that I do not like about my turbocharged Subaru BRZ is the lack of cup holders / storage space. Because if you're like me, you like to like stuff things up here, maybe you put your keys, your phone, your wallet. The only storage space they really give you, I'm gonna take that off of there, ignore that terrible mess it has, is right here. And realistically, although there is space here, it's not that practical. There's just not a lot of room in here for anything. And of course you do have cup holders on the sides, which thank goodness, because when you have any drink in here, it is very uncomfortable when you're shifting and whatnot. So, but overall, those are the 5 things that I dislike about my turbocharged BRZ. And although I am dogging it a little bit, I just want to say that I absolutely do still love this car. And even having those little 5 things that do annoy me, it's not a deal breaker, and it's by far been the most fun, incredible car I've ever driven, let alone built. Now, if you've watched the video up until this point, you might as well go down and slap the like button and also the subscribe button, because most of you guys who come across my videos aren't actually subscribed, and we're trying to grow this to 1,000 followers, and it would mean so much to me. But other than that, you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you on the next one.